The draft day tumble of Kentucky quarterback Will Levis was confusing to a lot of people, where he wasn't among the top quarterbacks drafted. He wasn't even drafted in the first round, despite being highly touted in the process, as well as getting an invite to the NFL draft. Now, the NFL doesn't do that with guys that they think are just going to be sitting in the green room and left out to dry. I mean, they don't like doing that, but it is good TV. It is what it is. But the kid's worst day of his professional career, you kind of feel bad for him. You absolutely do, man. But the question is, the Vikings looking for the quarterback of the future. And there have been some speculation that, hey, maybe the Vikings even trade up for Will Levis. The Vikings did a lot of homework on him, but it didn't happen. And should have been a couple of red flags going out there when, number one, he fell out of the top 10. Number two, he got past the Tennessee Titans at 11. And then he got by the Bucs at 19. Hey, they're going to roll a Baker. Sure. And then the Vikings at 23 was basically the Alamo for Levis. Barring a team trading back up into the first round, that was going to be it. That was his last chance for romance to be in the first round, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen for the gunslinger from Kentucky. And the postmortem, after the first round, everyone's like, why did Will Levis fall out of the first? Now, could he have been overhyped by the national media? Sure. Could have just been circumstances where other teams went in a different direction, either at quarterback or other positions? Yes, absolutely. And also the reports, I think, from Florio, the teams like the Raiders were trying to trade back into the first round and the back end to take Will Levis as well as get that fifth-year option, which is also obviously very key. But NFL teams psychoanalyze everything. Everything, man. And the whole Will Levis putting mayo in coffee, was it real? Did he say that it was just a joke? All that stuff. I mean, teams are going to look at that and be like, hey, here's a guy who makes stuff up for attention. And that's really what it was. And again, I'm someone who loves attention, so we certainly know that. And again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I mean, kids should be kids, and also they should be funny and allowed to do that. But, I mean, NFL teams take that to heart, man. They do. Of course, him, eating the banana backwards, all that stuff. And then also, I don't know why, but a lot of people were turned off about him putting out his workout results, right? Maybe it's because Tom Brady looked like an amorphous dump of raw clay in 2000 when he was a sixth-round pick. But I don't know, a lot of people in the draft community were off-put by Will Levis showing how he got jacked, absolutely jacked, man. And then, so this one stood out to me. So Will Levis, took the invite to be a first round pick at the NFL draft, but didn't get drafted in the first round. Didn't get to have his moment. Still sitting in the green room. Apparently, he's not showing up for round two. Now players can do this. I mean, it happened with Malik Willis last year, where he sat through all the way to the end of day two, where he was the third round pick, number 86 overall. And for me, I mean, it does come across as a little bit of, hey, I didn't get my way, so I'm going to take my ball and go home. And if it's a red flag for me, just an average fan, I mean, it certainly would be for some decision makers in the NFL, where they're making multi-million-dollar decisions even in day two. And I want a guy who's going to come in as like, hey, F you. I'm going to sit in this room. I'm going to wait until my name gets called. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to bear hug Roger Goodell. I'm going to celebrate like I'm the Timberwolves winning a play-in game. And I'm going to go to my team. It's going to be the best decision they've ever made. I'm going to make the rest of the league just completely pay for what they did to me. Here. But no, reportedly he's not going home, or he's not showing up. And the Vikings, they did a lot of work. They did a lot of background on Will Levis. Reportedly, Kevin O'Connell was a big fan of him. Now, what's interesting to me is that the Vikings had the inside track. So Liam Cohen was the OC quarterback coach at Kentucky in 2021 when Will Levis had his monster year. 2022, he left and replaced Kevin O'Connell on the Rams, ironically, but both of them worked with McVay on the Rams staff back in the day. So Cohen and O'Connell, they have a good working relationship. So they would have the Vikings, and Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi would have the inside info on Will Levis. They would know what makes him tick, and it wouldn't just be like Sam Elliott trying to sell Bo Callahan in draft day. I'm sure that the Vikings, of any team in the league, would have had the most information about Will Levis, and they passed on him at 23. That should say a lot. That should say a lot. But I think Levis is going to go pretty high day two. Pretty quickly. I think a team, if not at the top, is going to make a move to go up and get him. And I don't. You feel bad for the kid because yeah, having the worst moment of your professional career just turn into like entertainment television. It's rough, man. It's rough. It sucks when it happens to anyone except for Aaron Rodgers. That's all, man. But again, the Vikings had every opportunity to take Will Levis at 23. They wouldn't have had to trade up. They would have had the quarterback of the future, and they went with Jordan Addison. So again, that should speak volumes about what's going on in this situation. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why did the Vikings pass on Will Levis? Question mark. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Most support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.